Welcome to Introduction to Geographic Information Systems. This, and the other learning resources in this course have been made possible by funding from the European Commission's Erasmus Plus program. Welcome to the How to Install QGIS tutorial. In this video we will also look at some of the resources on the QGIS website that you might find useful. In this example we will be using Windows 10. If you're using an older version of Windows, Mac or Linux on your computer, what you see may be slightly different than what's on this video. The first step is to open a browser. I will use Firefox, but any browser will do. Once your browser's open, go to the website at qgis.org. From the landing page you can go to a direct download of it. But, let's first explore some of the resources on the website that can help you later. In the top left menu, click the Discover QGIS tab. This takes you to a resources page. The navigation for this section is in the left panel. Let's have a look at some examples of what you can do with the software. There is a gallery of example maps and screenshots. I have opened two of the images in new tabs. One example is of a Lego-like map someone has made in the program. The other is an example of a terrain model. There's plenty of examples of interesting things you can do with QGIS, so please explore this page more when you get the chance. In the left navigation menu, click Case Studies to see more examples of what other people have done with the software and get some ideas for what you might be able to do. To keep up to date with its development, click the Blog tab in the left menu to see the latest news. Because the software is given away for free, the community must fundraise to support things such as this website. One way they do that is through an online shop. Click Goodies in the left panel menu to see this shop and if there is something you want to buy, to help support the community. Or you can give a donation. There are other ways you can support the community as well. Click the Get Involved tab in the top left menu to bring up a list of different ways to get involved. The easiest way to help is to report bugs. If QGIS crashes on you or does something it shouldn't, please report it. This helps the whole community. Another way you can get involved is by helping translate. You can help translate the software to a different language or even help translate the documentation. If you're a software developer, you can help by making a plugin or contributing to QGIS itself. The last resource to explore is documentation. Click that in the top left menu. There are three primary documentation resources. One is the user guide. It is the go-to place to discover how to work the QGIS interface. The second is a learning guide. It has a range of activities you can undertake to build your experience on the software. Finally, there is an Intro to GIS Basics. That's it in terms of resources. Now on to downloading. In the top left menu, click the tab that says For Users. Then click the Get Installer button. We'll be using the installer for Windows, but there's installers for both Mac and Linux users. There are two options for downloading QGIS. One, as a standalone program, or two, as part of the Geo Bundle. This is a bundle of open source software relating to geographic needs. We will use the standalone, but, in the future, you should check out the Geo Bundle. The standalone has two versions. One is a long-term stable version and one is the newest version. We're going to download the most recent version for Windows. This comes as a 32 or 64-bit download. Newer computers tend to be 64-bit, and older ones 32. Check your operating system to see which is best for your computer. What happens next will depend on your browser and settings. I set my browser to ask where I want to download the file to. Yours might just automatically download it to a folder. As you can see, it may take a little while to download. The time it takes will depend on your internet speeds and the service it is being downloaded from. Let's skip ahead so you don't have to sit here through this entire download process. Once it is downloaded, open the folder and double-click the installer to begin the process. Agree to the terms. It will show how much space is required. Make sure you have enough space. You are also given the option to download different test datasets. I recommend that you download them, but you don't have to. Again, this will take a while. I will fast forward through this process. If you've chosen to include the test datasets, it'll ask you to download them. Click OK. This might take some time, so let's fast forward. Once it is done, you'll find a folder on your desktop. Click it and you will see several different icons. Pick the one that says QGIS and GRASS. GRASS is a powerful open source GIS but doesn't have a good user interface, so we can use QGIS as its interface. When you open it up, you should see the following screen, which means you successfully installed QGIS. Congratulations!